So again, this is Eliza Amadilano, your teacher for this subject. You can call me Teacher I for short. Now, before we will proceed with our discussion, what I want you to do is to turn off your microphone. Mute your microphone. After doing so, now you can turn off your camera. Again, turn off your camera. Now, if all the instructions were done, the next thing that you need to do is to do unnecessary things and listen to our discussion. I will be presenting a PowerPoint presentation to you on your screen, as well as if you have questions regarding our topic or during the discussion, during the PowerPoint presentation is moving, you can write it down or you can write your questions on the chat box found on your screen. And if you have questions, you can, after the discussion, if you have questions, you can raise your hand by tapping the high five button, again found on your screen. Now, if all are settled, now let's move on with our discussion. So our topic for today is all about environment and market. So what are this? So what do we mean when we talk about environment? So when we talk about environment, it is where we're standing at. Everything around us is what we call our environment. And then for the market, the things that we do sell, the things that we got, the things that we see that are being sold or being sold at the market. So that is environment and market. One of the greatest dreams in life is to become a successful entrepreneur. I think one of you now who's listening this PowerPoint presentation have gotten into your mind the word entrepreneurship, or selling of goods, selling of products, selling of the things that you want, selling of services. So that's it. So does it come into your mind? The word entrepreneur, the selling of goods, the selling of products. So if so, you may ask yourself questions that question, what do people need? So if you want to be an entrepreneur, so sometimes you ask yourself, what do people need? So of course, in selling products, it should be saleable, or it should be in demand, so that the products that you are selling is supposed to be sold. So what products and services are available in the market? So if the products is already available in the market, maybe you will not sell it, or if you sell it, you will upgrade it to the next level, right? So on and so forth questions that comes into your mind. So you slowly find answers to these questions as you decide to do the first step in launching a business enterprise. So it slowly comes into your mind when you are into business. These questions come slowly into your mind. Or what are the first steps, or what is the first step that you need to do in order to be productive in your business? Wants of people. Wants. What are the difference between wants and needs? Okay, when we talk about needs, it is the basic needs, or the primary, the basic that we need in order to survive. Now, if we talk about wants, these are the things that are not necessary, but we do like it because it gives us satisfaction. So that is wants. Everyone has his or her own needs and wants. Yes, every individual living in this earth has his own needs and wants depending on the richness that he or she has. So, however, people have different concepts of needs and wants. So you have yours, I have mine, depending water. So this is the basic commodities for consumption for eating, for intake. Next, we have the clothing and other personal belongings. We have clothing. We need clothes to wear in order to cover our nakedness, right? So this is the second needs that we need. Next, we have the shelter, sanitation, and health. So we need a home where we could stay if there is a storm, right? And then health. Next, we need education and relaxation. Every individual now is in need of education in order to survive or to have maybe a successful job in the future. So that is why nowadays education is needed. Are the things that we need in order to survive. So it is very basic. Okay. So basic needs are essential to every individual, so he or she may be able to live with dignity and pride in the community of people. So as you can see, people who doesn't have the basic needs, like let's say for example food, shelter, so by this means this loses them hope, a pride for themselves because they can't live on their own. So that is why those four things are very essential in order for you to be stable, in order for you to be able to live where you wanted to live. So these needs can obviously help you generate business ideas. So these needs that we need, it can help us to determine what businesses that are saleable in the community. So let's say for example, since food for consumption is really in demand nowadays, so maybe we can sell rice, something like that. Once again, our desires, luxury, and extravagance that signify wealth and an expensive way of living. Just what I've said earlier, wants are the things that you don't need, but it gives you pleasure. It is a desire for you to look something like wealthy, maybe, or you may want to live expensive way of life, depending again on your richness. It depends on you though. So wants or desire are considered above all the basic necessities of life. The wants or desires above all the basic necessities of life. So maybe with the modern generation that we have, maybe the ones that we need, the ones that we desire, commonly now are the basic or the things that we need in order to live in the modern world. So needs and wants of people are basic indicators of the kind of business that you may engage into, because it can serve as the measure of your success. So again, the needs and wants of people. So if you are building a business, you need to know the needs and wants of the people, again, in order for you to measure your success. Surely but surely, if you apply the needs, well, yeah, for sure you will be successful in your business, depending on your strategy though. So some other good points that you might consider in business undertakings are the kind of people, again, so in your business, these are the key points that you need to undertake or to gone through, to think about. So we have what kind of people you're going to sell your products, their needs, their wants, the lifestyle. So maybe nowadays we are more on K-pop. So maybe if you want to sell something that is not basic, but this is something to desire of, so maybe you can sell something like dresses that is more on K-pop, hats, something like that. And then cultural and tradition. So depending on the community that you are living, and what products that you're going to sell, depending on their culture and social orientation that they belong, or how are you going to deal with them, how are you going to entertain them selling the products. So social orientation, how you communicate with them. So these are the key points that you need to undergo in order for you to have or to measure your business. Next, let's proceed to lesson 2, which is generating ideas for business. Generating, meaning how are you going to organize your business or the ideas that you have for your business. So you can do it in sequential order. Okay, generate. So here are some ways by which you may generate possible ideas for business. So first, examine the existing goods and services. So you need to examine, you need to look, no? Look beyond what you see. Examine the existing goods. What is the goods that the community has and services? So ask questions like, are you satisfied with the product? So if you are not satisfied with the product, maybe you can upgrade it to the next level. So what do other people who use the product say about it? So maybe if it is there is a need to upgrade, then you can use that by doing a what we call this, you will get ideas from them by maybe an interview. How can it be improved? So how can it be improved, your product or the products or the goods that is available? How can it be improved? Depending again with the people whom you're going to sell the product. Then there are many ways of improving a product, from the way it is made, the way it is packed and sold. So these are so it talks about the packaging. So how can it be improved? Maybe by the means of packaging, so that it will be nicer in the eyes of people, something like that. You introduce new ways of using the product, making it more useful and adaptable to the customers' many needs. So introducing of new ways of selling the product. So maybe aside from doing a tarpaulin, maybe you can upgrade it to maybe launching it into advertisements, something like that. You can also do an invention by introducing an entirely new product to replace the old one. So maybe if you want to, if you invent new product, maybe you can introduce it in the business that you have, maybe by advertisement. So that is one way of introducing products or new inventions. Next, number 2, examine the available resources around you. So you need to examine, no? If there are still resources available. So observe what materials or skills are available in abundance in your area. So the things that you need, no, for your business. So business ideas can come from your own skills. So of course, as what we have discussed before, as an entrepreneur, you are well skilled, no? Because you do the generating, you do everything. Mainly you are the motivator of your own business. The ideas come from you. So that is why um, the products that you are selling or the ideas come from your own skill. Next, the work and experience you may have in agricultural arts, industrial arts, home economics, and ICT classes will provide you with business opportunities to acquire the needed skills which will earn for you extra income should you decide to engage in income generating activities. So of course, doesn't mean that you are yes, you know that you are well skilled person, you have a lot of ideas. It doesn't stop there. When you are a business minded person, you just don't stagnate yourself with that kind of idea. You should explore, you should study more. So maybe you can take agricultural arts, no, industrial arts, home economics, ICT classes, no. This will provide you the basic knowledge, no, in profounding your business. So as an entrepreneur, you don't need to rely more on your skills, but you need also to get ideas from the education, from other interventions, in order for you to have more ideas about your business as well as skills. So by taking those, you will get a lot of skills to make your business profound. Next, examine the present and future needs. So when you are in a when you are business minded person, you don't just need for today, for the present time that you are selling the products. That's why there is a need of upgrade, because we think of the future needs of people in order for our product to be saleable. So we look and listen to what the customers, institution, and communities are missing in terms of goods and services. So as what we have discussed, no, examine, you look and listen to the customers, no, what are the things that they need aside from the products, no, that they have. So it is more on look for the missing goods and services that the people needs or wants. Next, sometimes these needs are already obvious and felt at the moment. So you may not without any examination or looking or listening, you can feel it already that this product is needed in this community. So with that kind of mindset or with that kind of knowledge, maybe you can use that and use that product and sell it to what? To what? For your products or for your business to profound. No, for that, if that product is what you think that is saleable at that moment, sell it. No? As an entrepreneur, you should be risk taker. And by the means of risk taking, it's not like 0-0. You should be 50-50. So that is why if you're going to raise something, it should be saleable so that you can get profit from it. Next, other needs are not that obvious and felt at the moment. So other needs are not that obvious because they can only be felt in the future. So sometimes the things that are not other needs that are not that obvious, no, at the present time. So maybe by the means of upgrading, no, it can only be felt in the future. So if the things that are not really obvious at the moment of what products the people in your community needs, maybe in the future you can feel it. So yeah, there's a lot of interventions in order for you to know what are the things that the community needs. So you can do an interview by the means of giving them coupons, no, for question and answer. Okay. as well as yeah, by the means of that. That is one of the examples that you need to do in order to um, profound the business that you have. Next, examine how the needs are being satisfied. So it's not just about selling products, no, selling the things that the community needs. It should be that if you are selling a product, you should know also if the customers are being satisfied with the products that you are selling. So need for the products and services are referred to as market demand. Then, to satisfy these needs is to supply the products and services that meet the demands of the market. So meaning, again, if you are selling products, you need to satisfy your customer. So if the customers are not satisfied, then by the means of interviewing, getting ideas from them, you can improve your product and then sell it again on the market, right? So just like that. The term market refers to whoever will use or buy the products or services. So when we talk about, again, we have discussed earlier that when we talk about environment, these are the people around us, the community that we are selling the products, no? And then for the market, these are the products who will use the products that you are selling. So just like that. So with your skills, you may also tinker around with various things in your spare time. Many products were invented this way. So when we talk about tinker, it is like making new things, no, out of your own skills. So maybe if you have spare time, if you're not that busy, since you are the manager of your own business, so if you have much time or spare time, you can do things or tinker, no? Invent new things or invent new products, no? Maybe we might not know it will be saleable to the market, no? So number 5, we have read magazines, news, articles, and other publications on new products and techniques or advance in technology. So as what I said earlier, it's not just about relying on the skills that you have. You should have also another interventions in order for you to get more ideas to make your business grow fun or make your business grow. So you can read magazine, news, articles basing on the business ideas that people or successful people have gotten to. So maybe you can get ideas from them, something like that. So the internet serves as a library where you may browse and surf on possible business. So you can use the internet. So aside from the magazines, news, and articles, you can scan through internet, no, and look for possible ideas for businesses. Then it will also guide you on how to put the right product in the right place at a right price at the right time. At the right place. So selling products is not just about the needs or the things that are needed by the people. It should be at the right place also. Maybe let's say for example you're selling food, and then the place that you are selling is not that good for selling food, so why sell there? So it is not a good idea for you to sell on that kind of area if it is not if it is not good at the right price. So if you're selling the product, so if the community is not that let's say rich, so why sell product that is really on a high price, no? So you should think about this, and then at the right time. So maybe if you sell the product, it should be at the right time It should be the demand, so that it will be in for people. So next, let's proceed to lesson 3. So the right idea. You have to select the most promising one from among hundreds and one ideas. So if you've done the interview, now look for the good idea. No, there are lots of ideas that you can get there, but choose the best among the rest. So in the first stage, you screen your ideas to narrow them down to about 5 choices. So the first stage, you can screen the ideas and then narrow it down for 5 choices. The next, trim down the 5 choices into 2. Very clear, right? Then in the final stage, choose between the 2 and decide which business idea is worth pursuing rather. So everything is already clear. So again, first step is to screen among hundreds of ideas, get 5 from those. For the 5 of those, I mean from that kind of idea, give it 5 choices, and then from that 5 choices, trim it down to 2, and then for the final one, choose between the 2 which is the best. So how much capital is needed to put up the business? So in dealing with business, you should know also what is the capital needed in your business. So if it needs a lot of money, depending also on your resources, if it is click to you, then push. Then how big is the demand for the product? Do many people need this product and will continue to need it for a long time? So these are the things that you need to do, and you need to be wiser about this. No? What capital does it need, the business that you want? If the business that you want is not demand, then why do it? If it is demand, then go. No? That is why when you have a business, you should not just think once, but nor twice, but think thrice if it is worth it. Okay? Don't just go there and be crazy. So you should think about it. No? Everything should be planned. That is why if you are an entrepreneur, everything should be planned well. That is why you are very skilled about that. Okay. Next, how is the demand met? Who are processing the products to meet the need? Your competition or demand. How much of the need is now being met? Questions that you need to think about. Next, do you have the background and experience needed to run this particular business? So do you have background for that business? If so, if you don't have any, then undergo on a training, no? In order for you to get a lot of skills out of those. Then, will the business be legal? Not going against any existing or foreseeable government regulations? So it should be legal, no? The business that you are going to deal with, it should be legal. Or you should have a business permit from the government. Next, is the business in line your interests and expertise? So, in order for you to be motivated in your business, it should be at your own interest and expertise. Because if it is so, dealing with the problems that you have in your business is just a good deal for you to deal with and to manage. Then your answers to these questions will be helpful in screening which one from among your many ideas are worth examining further and worth pursuing. Okay. So, the answers for this question will be helpful for you to grow your business. Lesson 4. Environmental scanning. in generating business ideas, you should first identify what type of business is suited to your ideas. Okay. Then, you should analyze and scan the potential environment. Study the marketing practices. So again, in this lesson, it talks about again business, no? Business ideas that's suited for your business. So, in doing so, you need to analyze and look for the environment that you are going to build your business. So study the marketing practices and strategies of your competitors. So it's not just about your business alone. You should also put in or to look also for your competitors' strategies in having their business. So maybe you can get ideas from them, but you know, a competitor is a competitor. So yeah, do it nicely. So analyze the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats in your environment to ensure that the products or goods and services you are planning to offer will be patronized within the easy reach by your target markets and customers. So that's it. So aside from the competitors that you have, you should also analyze the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats in your environment. So you should not sell products or deal products, no, that is not reachable for your consumers. So it should be at their reach. There is a need to conduct environment scanning to identify the needs and wants of people. This may also serve as evaluation of the type of the entrepreneurial activity appropriate in the community. So aside from those, you need to conduct a environment scanning, no? If the area is in threats, no? If the area that you're going to build your business is reachable for your consumers, so those are the things that you need to, or you don't need to set aside. So environment scanning is defined as a process of gathering, analyzing, and dispensing information for tactical and strategic purpose. So for environment scanning, it means that getting ideas, no? Gathering information, analyze that information in order for your business to what? To be productive, no? It should have a purpose. So doing so, it is one way of your strategy in order to be effective, or in order for your business. Next, as a future entrepreneur, you must be well versed in this kind of advancement and progression of your environment, particularly in technology, so as to secure and success of your future business. So the things that we have discussed, you just don't need to know this, but you need to master this in order for you to be advanced and to progress yourself in your business that you are going to partake. So you should master this. So aside from that, think of something new, something novel, authentic, reinvent and existing ones, and create your new version of products or goods and services. So as an entrepreneur, you just don't copycat products, no? That is why you are skillful, no? Because you invent new things and you make it authentic because it is made by you. So that is why, as a business business-minded person, you should have your own brand in order for your business to success, no? Let's say, for example, if you have your own brand, let's say Kylie Jenner, lip kits, lipstick, So we know already what brand that she's selling, no? She have the lips stated on the products that she sells, which is the lip kits. So something like that. So as an entrepreneur, again, you should have your own brand. So bear in mind these simple rules for successful SWOT analysis. So again, what is SWOT? So we have discussed earlier that SWOT means the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats analysis. No, you should bear these rules in your mind in order for you to have a successful business in the future. So be realistic about the strengths and weaknesses of your business when conducting a SWOT, or strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threat analysis. So SWOT for short analysis should distinguish between where your business is today and where it could be in the future. Then SWOT should always be specific, avoid and gray areas. Okay. So always apply SWOT in relation to your competition. So keep your SWOT short and simple. Avoid complexity or over-analysis. So make it simple for you to understand the needs, the demands, and wants of people in your community. Because SWOT is subjective. Meaning, when we talk of subjective, what does it mean? Yes? Are you sure? What the subjective means? Because when we talk about SWOT, it is more on, no, when we are building a business, it is not more on facts. It is more on getting an opinion and ideas from your consumers. That is why it is subjective. Because the ideas that you have, though you have ideas or the invention of your own business, the ideas of building your own products is getting from your consumers. So that is why it is subjective. So as generations come and go, another set of new trends will come and will exist. So again, as generations come and go, another set of new trends will come and will exist. So that is why it is subjective, no? We are not stagnant in that kind of opinion, but we accept new ideas, new trends, and then expound it to generate our own product. So in order to adapt to the rapid change in the business environment, the existing industries need to improve their products and services. No? So as what I've said earlier, in order to be productive in your business or in the products that you are selling, so you should not be stagnant, but rather getting ideas from your consumer will help improve your products and services that you are selling. And sure, your products will be in a good state. So for questions, no, to end our discussion, we have two questions. How can you generate business ideas with two strong competitors? So, okay, bear that in your mind. So how can you generate business ideas with those strong competitors? Next, what to produce, how to produce, and how to share or sell out the products to the market. So by the means of these strategies that we have discussed earlier, so these questions will be answered now in your mind. So I will leave it to you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, then read again this topic, because it will help you to generate your own business in the future, or maybe in the present time that you want. if you want to sell products or services, it depends on you. So I hope you have got a lot of ideas from this topic, because myself too, I have gotten a lot of ideas from this subject or from this topic that we have discussed now. So I hope if you want to be an entrepreneur, not just now but in the future, if you want to be not just an entrepreneur but a successful entrepreneur, no, this will really help you be to deal with the business that you have. So that's all for today. I hope we got a lot of ideas from this topic. So that's how we end this today. So if you have questions, you can tap the high five button on your screen, and we can have a learning and teaching process after this discussion. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and God bless.